Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage Mr. White Park, Mr. Larry Brethauer.
Look, gifts for everybody. Holy cow, what a nicely done piece that was. Leave me all teary-eyed now. Well, congratulations to the other inductees, and thank you, Saginaw County Sports Hall of Fame, for putting on such a first-class induction ceremony. I only have 5 minutes, so sorry a lot of you ended up on the cutting room floor. I want to share why I even cared about bringing Hoyt Park back to life. This stuff. Hoyt Park Youth Baseball, boys and girls. How about these? People have been in these, skating around. That's the kind of thing that, if you walk away from that, if you have a chance to help, there's something wrong. So the idea with bringing Hoyt Park back, because there were no more funds with the city to carry it on, it had been closed, like it had said, was for us to give every youth an opportunity to experience this type of thing and more and other events, and to not have there ever be an issue with the cost. Some of the things we charge minimally, but we don't turn anybody away. If they need a baseball glove, we're in the Detroit Tigers Gloves for Kids program. We get donations from others. And I have people run to the rummage sales and pick up whatever they can. And so if you don't have a glove, that's still not going to be a reason to not come down there. We rent skates for $2, sleds for $1, and if you pay, you pay. If you don't, you don't. I was that poor kid growing up by Saginaw High School. My dad lost his job from Baker Perkins when all 6 of us kids were still living at home. We grew up by Saginaw High School. Without there being Hoyt Park, it's hard to say. I had already been hanging around with a bad group, believe it or not, It's the same, life is life, kids are kids. We can get them started early enough and not have the cost ever be an issue. Those kids have a chance, and that's the whole idea, is to give them a chance. How many, raise of hands, how many have any experiences of ever seeing or being at Hoyt Park? Look at that, look at that. And that's exactly why I think it was meant to be. It's exactly why I'm here today. This isn't my award. This is everybody's vote for Hoyt Park. When they seen it was a category of Hoyt Park, they had to, I think that's how I got the votes. And so I'm honored and humbled that I was even considered. But this is for Hoyt Park. This is for kids for generations to come. After hearing the thousands of neat stories and the 100-year-old history of fun at Hoyt Park, it was kind of obvious that if anything ever needed to be saved, Hoyt Park was it. Don't get me wrong. I have an addicted passion for the return to glory of Hoyt Park, for the inner city youth, their families, and surrounding communities. I'm smiling all the way as I volunteer numerous hours either putting together events, writing grants, chasing sponsors, fundraising, and actually riding a tractor, snow blowing, chalking diamonds, and pulling a rake, which I'm glad there was actually examples of that, because there's a lot of my friends that don't believe I actually do that. About 2009, about 6 months in to trying to pull this off, we only had $1,200, and it looked like the Hoyt Park was not going to happen. A lot of people don't know that, and I hate losing. They told you, silly enough, I played till I was 65 down there to the park, still playing. I mean, what was I doing down there? I could pitch, and the other guys could hit and couldn't pitch, so they let me play. When the naysayers said Hoyt Park days are gone, inner city kids don't play baseball, they don't skate, others moved away and won't come back to the east side, it's not safe. That just fueled my flames. I thought, I'm not buying into that because you grew up in poverty with tough-ass surroundings that you can't make it. Bull. Instead, I thought, let's show those who love bringing others down that you aren't going to drag us down. Not going to bring down these city youth who could do better if just given a chance. Not going to bring down the city of Saginaw that's recreation for me and others was the thing that kept us off the streets and less time for trouble. For me, as one of those youths growing up in Saginaw, like I had mentioned earlier, I was that poor kid. I'd already previously mentioned about how my dad had lost his job. He was too proud to go on welfare. He wasn't going to stand in any line. Not sure how we actually got through that. But I knew I had Hoyt Park. And I could play baseball in the morning, come back, play softball at night, flag football in the fall, skating and sledding, hanging out in the warming house, checking for chicks. Sorry, honey. It was before her time. Main thing I learned about from mentors like Renee Johnston and Kendra Kemp from the Saginaw Community Foundation was collaboration and volunteers are key to the success of a nonprofit. And so I picked their brains to death. But we have so many really passionate small foundations in this area. I mean, they're small in respect to bigger cities. We have Wicks and Morley and Anderson and Garber Foundation. Boy, these guys just stepped up. I mean, they helped us initially raise $400,000. I thought, wow, this is easy. Why isn't everybody doing this? Then it became more difficult. But that initial infusion is what put us back in business. There's so many credit unions, businesses. They gave me 5 minutes. I don't have the time to mention you all, but believe me, every single person that gave a dime made a difference. And the businesses wrapping their arms around us and supporting us is just, I can't say enough. The volunteers, I mean hundreds, again, too many to mention, but some of the main ones are my brother Wally and Bob. Joe Credit Union has been a big backer. Elja Smith, Dave Jarzakowski, Chico Ramos, and then most recently, Saginaw County Parks and Rec, Brian Leckel and his group. In my absence, I got some health things going on. They stepped up and ran our Little League this year. 25 teams, over 400 inner city youth, mainly boys and girls, age 5 to 15. And in wintertime, we have Pride that helps us run the skating and sledding. We get hundreds to thousands of people coming down there, reliving all those hands I just seen up, sledding and skating in the winter, the size of 3 hockey rinks. It's huge, 250 wide by 1,000 long. We have outhouse racing. Yeah, outhouse racing. It's hilarious. We get thousands of people to that. So what I would ask from all of you is that check out our Friends of Hoyt Park Facebook page. look at all the neat things on there, pictures and videos, and look at the things that we'll be putting on for things that are going to happen in the future. Corky Thompson, don't want to forget him. Corky Thompson from the Sugar Beets was down there grooming fields, cutting grass this year. He brought in teams from Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. Previous years we got them from Canada. All these teams, sometimes up to 100 teams coming in to see Saginaw and leave in a positive light and bring money and positive exposure to Saginaw. So check out our Facebook page, like the page, follow the page. You got ideas, post them. Anybody knows how to write grants or do fundraising, contact me. In closing, I want to give that 5-minute thing. In closing, that's the first applause I got. In closing, I want to give most credit and thanks to the gal that has had the most patience to tolerate this countless hours and be with me right now. I got some lung and liver cancer thing going on the last 3 months. Talk about a wake-up call. And so while I was immersing myself in Hoyt Park, at the park, and at home, following up on everything like Brian and Leckel had said, she was tolerant and there for me every time. My wife of 49 years, my best friend, Dawn.